Welcome, Tom. We are here to do the 2068 IFL Mock Draft. And Tom is going to start us off with Montreal at 1.1.
I mean, it's a tough one. It's a tough one for me to know which way it'll go, really, because the talent-wise, there are some guys who stand out above the rest, at least on offense, which is where you'd want to go with 1.1, despite some of the defensive talent. But
Well, I mean, the first question I think you got to ask is, does he have his quarterback?
it's a good question. Let me just have a look. So Covington's his guy, is it? He was taken at 1.3. Is this a guy who took a hit in overall? No, not
Not
much of one.
especially.
I mean, he's playing this guy, so
You got to be playing him.
yeah.
He's
I mean, his
almost
sense
fully
rush looks
developed.
okay. His bars look okay.
Yeah,
I don't know what his avoid interception looks like, but
probably decent.
yeah, you'd hope so. I mean, he threw 19 picks last year, but that's probably just from being green. But the QBs in this class are an interesting one because how many of them would you say are top tier?
One.
yeah, yeah. I mean, if you want to go QB, it makes a decision for you. But from what I'm looking at, the QB does look great, but I don't know. How much do you care about a lower sense rush bar?
Lower? Oh, his sense rush bar may not be good. You're right.
For me, that I care about that quite a lot, and not just because of the avoiding sacks, but obviously because it's like a static bar as well, and whatever else it's telling us. But I don't know. It depends how much you value all the other bars, but for me, the sense rush is an important one.
He's also a scrambler and a pretty good one.
Yeah,
So some people have feelings about that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that keeps drives alive and get important first downs. So this guy's like what is this guy? He's the fourth. It's Preston, isn't it? Yeah. So fourth highest rated player by grade in the class. I think if you sort by grade. So I mean, he's there to be taken.
Yeah.
And would that be the answer at QB? I don't know. I mean, is this JC Covington? Is he so bad that you need to get off him?
No, not at all. I think he could
No.
be a serviceable guy, but some people would rather have like a franchise guy.
What's his contract situation?
I mean, he's still on his rookie deal.
Yeah, so he's still got 2 years, including the upcoming season, on his rookie deal.
You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a 55 overall starting quarterback. That can make things happen. But if this guy is a 65, a 70, I mean, then I don't know. That might pique some interest for some people.
Yeah, yeah. I wish I paid more attention to some of the picks that Chris has taken that he's had the bad luck with that have busted because I don't know. If he's been stung on QBs, maybe he wouldn't want to take another one where
I
he's
think he
got one.
has.
Yeah. So if he's got one like this that's reasonably held, it's kind of stayed what he looked like he was going to be. Do you want to get off that as well? Anthony Corbett, that was the last one that he took.
Yeah, I mean,
What?
he ended up looking like, the same overall as this guy's looking like.
Hold on, but this guy didn't bust, did he?
Well, 61 to 44, and he sort of came back up late in life.
When did he get moved? When he was a 48?
He kept him for 4 years and then moved on.
2065. But I mean, 100 timing and 100 sense rush. There.
He had this guy who went from 62 to 47.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, like that one I can understand. And a 30 cents rush. Back to Griffin Young again.
All right, so
Well, perhaps
What are you
Perhaps the
thinking?
thing to ask then is, what else is there at 1.1? So in terms of other premium offensive talent,
Well,
I
there's
think
absolutely a good running back.
Riddick Shelton's in for a shout.
His
You know,
current running back he picked at 1.5.
yeah. I
He's not
mean,
against taking a good running back.
yeah. And that guy, I mean, what was his whole rep? 33,
33.
33. You'd be wanting more than that, I think, for a guy that you're gonna. I mean, look at his average yards per carry last year was under 2.7. So, how many carries did that guy have? I don't really know the structure
200.
of his offense. Yeah, so maybe he's not a heavy running team then, which brings us on to receivers. Are there any that are worthy of 1.1?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. I think it'd be a reach if you took a receiver at 1.1. Oh, it's so tough, isn't it? It's so tough having the first overall pick when I don't even actually have it.
Yeah, I mean, if you like the quarterback, it's a slam dunk. If you want to keep your quarterback, life gets a little more complicated.
I think if I'm drafting like me, I don't think I'd take the QB just
You have
because of
one.
sense rush. Yeah. Well, my one's aging, and I took a bust guy at the end of the first last year who might end up seeing some snaps, but I don't know. I mean, that if we want to get into the weeds about it, I also am not a huge fan of that sole group for QBs either. But that's just a personal preference. And there's not that's not to say that he can't be good by any means because he looks good. But I think if I was drafting not like me, but like thinking what Montreal are going to do, I think they'd go QB at 1.1 then.
So you're going to go quarterback with him?
Yeah, I don't feel good about it, but I don't know if I can see him taking the running back if his guy only had 200 carries last year.
Well, all right. I'm going to give him the quarterback, and
What do you think about that?
I think the quarterback was good. I think that would be a good pick. Um, I'm also going to say that something tells me he'll be okay with his quarterback, right? Like I think he's been in a bit of a state of limbo of having quarterbacks about this range. But if he likes this guy and he sticks with him, that could work. And then if that's the case, I think he'll go with Riddick Shelton, absolute stud running back.
Yeah, maybe you just go for the maybe you go for the running back. I don't know.
But no,
I
it's a
mean,
tough position for sure.
but running back like that in an offense with how many carries last year? If I look at his team stats and stuff.
Well, yeah, okay. What does his team stats say?
Yeah, I mean, I not to overcomplicate things, but I don't know how he views his roster construction too badly. Montreal, yeah, so he's down right. So only total rushing offense last year was 338 carries.
He
They're
was on
like
the
in the
lower
bottom,
end for sure.
yeah, the bottom five in the league for total carries. So he could take that running back, but it'd be a huge cap commit and then a huge cap commit on his second contract as well. Because if a guy is drafted 1.1, he's not going to get that much cheaper, I don't think, even if he's not, even if he's only getting 200 carries a year.
Yeah, I think he would get more than 200 carries a year. I think he would. I mean, he took a running back at 1.5, right? So like he's into that idea. Unless a 1.5 situation was there's nobody else, but there's this great running back. But so
Yeah. I mean, either of those guys, I don't think you could go wrong with them really at 1.1.
no, it's just a tough choice between them. They're both great prospects, I think.
Yeah. Does he want to get back on the QB carousel or does he want to take a punt,
Be
at
happy to
running
be
back?
off it. Yeah. It's
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
all right. Well, since you've done that, that makes my life at 1.2 difficult because I absolutely would have given the quarterback to McAllen. So McAllen's going to be, I think, excited if that guy falls to them. They've got this guy who doesn't look like the answer necessarily.
No.
Um, and they don't
Who
have
was
much of a
was
running
Mo-
back.
Was Moorish their starter last year? The 45 guy.
Yeah, he was.
Right. McCallum.
They've got wide receivers a little bit, even though one of them's kind of older. They've got a tight end. They've got a left tackle who is also one of the top options here. This guy has 5-hole recognition. I like this guy, actually.
Yeah, he's not too bad. Nice spread.
Just took him at 2.1 also.
Yeah.
However, I've also seen this is Fortress Door. I've seen him enjoy taking a linebacker pretty high before. This is a 1.1 linebacker last year.
Oh, fucking hell. If you like taking linebackers high, this is the year to do it.
Right, but look at his linebacker core. He's got 60, 70, 70. Like, you can't get much better than that, right? If he takes an 80 linebacker right now, like...
I mean, it's a room full of dogs, isn't it? 60s,
well,
70s, and 80 rated
I suppose
linebackers.
this guy is aging a little bit, but still.
Oh, but I mean, 100 pass rush technique. What is he, a 3-4? Although he looks like he's set up for a 4-3, he hasn't got any nose tackles or anything. Maybe he just doesn't position switch people.
Let's see. He's a 3-4.
Yeah, so he's a 3-4. So I mean, you can never really have too many elite linebackers in a 3-4.
Yeah, he's got the outside linebackers, and you know he might look at Dana Baguette as an amazing inside linebacker option. But
yeah,
I'm going to still say he could use a running back, and Riddick Shelton is an excellent prospect. He's already got a left tackle. I'm going to go ahead and give him the running back.
Yeah, I think that running back moves the needle a bit more than an elite inside linebacker, doesn't it? So that puts me back on the clock.
It does.
Who is up next?
Let's see. Dakota.
The Dakota Spirit. Now, they haven't got a QB.
Nope, they would also love for that quarterback to drop.
Yeah, they definitely haven't got a QB.
They've got running backs.
Yeah, they got running backs, so he's not losing any sleep over that other guy.
They've got a left tackle. They have one wide receiver on the roster.
That's a problem. They only got 25 players under contract.
Yeah. Is this an AI pick?
I don't know. I feel like Dakota is Dakota not Madison? Or is Madison another team? I get confused.
Madison is a team, not a person.
Yeah, that might be confusing me then. I keep thinking of Madison, Wisconsin, which I think is a place, maybe.
It is a place, yeah. Dakota looks like they have not responded.
Right, okay. So what do we think about that then? We'll roll with that as an AI pick.
It seems like it, yeah.
What will the AI do here? That's a harder question than trying to predict what a human GM might do, because I don't know whether they just go BPA, whether they consider the roster structure already or what. But
yeah, it's not a fun thing to try to figure out. To be honest, so I'll leave that task to you.
Thanks. And what team was this again?
Dakota.
So it says they need a guard, tight end, and safety. I mean, they're not going to take a guard at that spot, are they?
No.
And you said they have a left tackle, don't they?
They do. They've got two, quite frankly.
Ugh.
I mean,
is this a place where
last year, but the other one's really good.
Right.
I guess they think this guy's a right tackle, so they could take this guy and make him a right tackle, but
yeah,
I don't know that the AI would necessarily want to do that.
He doesn't look heavy enough to be a right tackle.
Isn't right tackle is like 319 pounds or something?
Is it?
I don't know, ish.
I don't know.
Yeah, he looks like he's 3 pounds off for a right tackle.
Oh, is that what that is? That in pounds? What's the conversion there?
I think a pound is half a point because he's minus 2.5 for plus 5 pounds.
Yeah, that's quick math, that is.
Yeah.
Midnight math. um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much the AI cares about impact players because would you rather take like a position player, like a skill group guy, or would you rather just go for Darnell Shields? I mean, Darnell Shields looks good, doesn't he? 80 rated tackle
Yeah, he looks real good.
that you could bounce around. Let me just see what I've got on here. Yes, I mean, dash 90th percentile, soul score 80th, bench 85th, agility 90th percentile, possible future overall of 83. Both blocking bars are good. 89 run blocks, 78 pass blocks, 79 blocking strength. He looks pretty good all around. I'd say like the AI, I'll take him. Darnell Shields.
We'll take him.
You got to build that OL.
Okay. Darnell
Get them
Garb.
in early and let the cohesion cook. That's the offensive line philosophy.
All right. Well, then next up is Texas. Let's see if Texas is here. Yes, Texas is here. Okay. So what does Texas need? They've got the quarterback. They could use a wide receiver.
Do you think this is about fair territory to start getting into the receivers?
Potentially. I mean, obviously there's not one on my board here, but it's going to be a consideration, absolutely. Oh, they don't need a cornerback. They've got stud corners, which is good for them because this is a bad corner draft. Um,
Yeah, Texas were like bottom third last year rushing offense.
in terms of volume,
That was just in terms of
efficiency.
efficiency. In terms of volume, they are like only slightly higher, just under kind of league average. Well, around about 400 carries. So bottom half of the league. And passing, they were just over in terms of volume, just over halfway. And that'd explain it because they got a 66 rated quarterback. So
All right. Well, I think I'm going to give him the speedster, Gilbert
Gilbert
Sims.
Sims,
Yeah, like he's obviously a little bit ways down my board, but they need something, someone to throw the ball to. They've got a good tight end, but they need a wide receiver to throw the ball to.
yeah.
And
And
this
what we're
draft just feels
saying,
deep at running back. So like maybe they can, if they want another running back, and I do like Ray, maybe they could come back and get one in the second round.
yeah. I mean, just looking at a glance here, there's a gap in their roster for
Like
receivers, isn't
this
there?
guy with the best possible 40 time is just going to be tempting, right? Somebody's going to want this, and he's got what I see as a max route running bar, good getting downfield. Not much to not like here.
Yeah, we were
Other
saying before,
his
weren't we, about the dash?
yeah, I mean his development percentage is low, but you know
Very low.
that maybe that's a good thing right now where he has low development, high grade.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the dash score in the 100th percentile is elite. You don't see that very often at all. And then he's also in a good soul group to have a high soul score
Yeah,
because
so
they're like a lower intel group. So,
I'm gonna
but
get
his route running is legit.
I'm gonna do that for them.
Yeah.
And next up is Hartford, which is newly Jimmy Johnson.
Uh, and this is pick 5.
Oh, did I skip pick 5? I did. It's Los Angeles. Thank you.
percentage.
I think this is Matt, maybe MBH.
Yeah, MBH. I mean, looks like he has a QB, tight end, two receivers, maybe three if you include that 42 rated guy. Got nice pieces on the offensive line. Oh, a 90 rated player on defensive line.
Yeah, he
Not seen many of
traded
those.
for this guy who blossomed.
When did he trade for him?
66.
What? And he was an 80 rated player then.
Yeah.
Damn. What was that guy's pass rush percentage last year?
Not what you would think. Oh, just kidding. It was 9%.
I mean, that's pretty good.
I think I was looking at the. Okay, no, his sack number was great. 35 hurries. Yeah, he was all over the place.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he doesn't need a defensive end. You can ignore that position.
I mean, he's got a lot of talent. Like if you sort by overall,
He definitely has talent at every position, except for maybe
yeah.
one that jumps out to me.
I mean, they've kind of been a bit of a maligned franchise, haven't they? LA. They had a few years in the wilderness. I think they were AI run, and then they've had some high picks and stuff, which shows because they've got a lot of elite talent. You said there's a position group that looks weak to you.
Well, I wouldn't actually even say weak, but I do think I don't want to color things. I want to let you make your own pick.
I mean, it doesn't look like he has a running back,
Yeah,
but
that's sort of where I'm thinking is this guy looks like a serviceable running back, but with what's out there, I think you could make a good improvement.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't have after Riddick, Shelton. I didn't have that many. I didn't have any other running backs that really jumped out to me.
Oh, really? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my board right now.
Five. Yeah, I guess it depends what you're looking for, doesn't it, really? And how strict you are with certain bar cut-offs and stuff. Because if I clear my filters and things like that, then there are a few that look good. Harris Goss, is that one of the guys you were looking at?
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. Where's he show up on Draft Analyzer?
He's the second running back for me. Maybe the 8th prospect or so.
I know Geno Flick is ahead of him.
Yeah.
Oh, second running back left. Yeah. Okay.
You probably aren't taking the no combine guy here, but
No, that's more. That's other GMs that have an affinity for combine players.
no,
So just have a look at Geno Flick and Goss for me. I mean, there's not much not to like there.
no, there's
All
really
looks pretty
not.
good.
And I mean, especially if you're into throwing to your running back, he's got pass catching, he's got punt returns.
Yeah. I mean, he might be dumb though, which might hurt him on special teams. But
Okay, but it might help him in whole wreck, and I'd take that.
yeah,
I'd take that trade off.
well, it will help him in whole wreck. Yeah. But then here, what'd you do? Did you go for the guy with the highest soul? I
Higher
guess you could
soul and
use him.
higher whole wreck. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you
Geno
have
Flick.
a kick return versus punt return situation on your team, which I don't think should really make the difference here.
No, I don't think that should make a difference. It looks like Geno Flick
Yeah,
is the
this
guy
guy's
if
higher.
you're going to go
He's
running
higher
back.
developed. He's higher grade, higher whole wreck.
Geno Flick, welcome to Los Angeles.
All right.
He's going 1.5.
Okay, so I've got Hartford and JJ to look at then. And he's got an extended running back, so he does not need a running back.
Who was Hartford before?
That was BG Bob.
Oh, yeah, BG Bob.
And he's just picked up this quarterback in free agency. So it looks like
Interesting.
he's going to
Former number
give it
two
a go.
overall pick.
Give it a go with him.
Oh, that's one of Montreal's bust guys, I think.
I mean, it is a Montreal draft pick. You know,
Yeah.
he's 32 and he's still in the league. Like, bust is he's not what you wanted, but he's still a viable player. Like he's about to be a starter. It looks like.
Oh yeah, I just meant in terms of like his rating going from future 60 to whatever.
Yeah,
I quite like the way that guy that because that's kind of like real life, isn't it? For a while, if guys are taken high and they don't really live up to it, they kind of still bounce around because people think they might be able to extract from them.
little Sam Darnold effect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get a bit of extra life, a couple of extra chances.
Oh, he's got a talented looking defense. So I have to think he's going to want to go offense here. He could use another wide receiver. He's sort of mediocre at tight end, but I don't think it. I think it's too early for a tight end. So I think I'm forced to try to look at wide receiver for him. Um, I don't think he'll want to go with a no combine guy. I like this guy, but his endurance could be questionable.
I don't think he goes with that endurance at that stage.
This guy, you wish he had some big play. This guy, you wish he had a little better route running. Uh, I think it's down to these two for me. I like Montgomery and I like Giesling. Well, since we were talking about endurance, I think I'll stick with Giesling. He's got the endurance to play all the time. He's got great big play, great route running. Agility probably won't be great for getting downfield, but assuming you don't care about avoid drops that much, I think this is the guy. Miles,
Yep,
Miles
I think
Montgomery doesn't have great avoid drops either. Probably,
no.
they got the exact same agility score. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Giesling. Dude.
Yep, I think that's a good pick.
Okay, so that brings us to London. I'm pretty sure
London.
London is a player. No, I'm mistaken. London is not
It's the
responded.
profile. Right,
All
right,
right, so
okay.
I think we have to assume that that is the AI for the moment. So you get another one of these.
Predicting his AI picks.
Yeah, let's not spend
Got
too much time agonizing over that.
no, he's got a QB, he's got a wide receiver. I mean, there's no QBs left at this stage anyway. He's got a running back. He's got a couple of linebackers that are 65 plus.
Yeah, the team looks pretty decent actually.
A couple of defensive backs. It's not great class for defensive backs anyway, I don't think,
No, it's
overall,
not. I think he's in
just
good.
from what I'm
His
looking at.
secondary's in great shape anyway, right?
Yeah. Are we getting to the point where pure talent trumps all and we have to finally take one of these linebackers because
Um, well, potentially. Like being that this is AI, I'm looking at the grade and thinking they might go with Joshua Newton.
yeah, yeah. Let me have a look at him on your draft analyzer. Oh, you got that's nice defensive bars, isn't it? You got good scouts. That must be about as good as it can get, surely.
Well,
What's that variance on the conscriptor?
oh, I don't know. Let's see.
That can't be much, can it? It can only be what 15, 20 points or something.
20.
20 points. Look at that. It's how the other side live, isn't it?
on
I'm
def
out here.
on defense, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think they'll go with the highest grade. And Newton looks good. I mean, two good statics, special teams. He's smart. He can play
Yeah,
every down with that endurance. He can stop the run. He can rush the pass. So
yeah, he
he
looks
looks
great.
good. Yeah,
Okay.
good
Easy.
pick by Rex.
Okay. After that is State College. Let's see. State
That's Coyote Vice, I
College.
think.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, you got it.
Coyote Vice. Yeah.
Okay. Another team where I'm going to be just right away tempted to give them a running back. They've got a good wide receiver and a good second. Well, they could use one of these stud linebackers, but if you had to choose between a stud linebacker and a stud running back, I think I might choose the running back. That's what I'm going to do.
Do you think Goss is a stud running back?
Well, it sort of depends where his whole wreck ends up, right? But he's got the endurance to carry the load.
Yeah, he's got the breakaway speed. He's got the power inside. His statics are good. He's got the
Yeah.
endurance. He returns kicks. I mean, he brings. I mean,
Catches
he
out of the.
catches passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's got enough kind of surplus value
He's a
to.
3 down guy. I mean, he's a 4 down guy with kick returns.
Yeah.
I definitely think
Yeah.
that could help a team.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
And just looking here, there's absolutely defensive players that would be some difference makers here, but I think you can hope to upgrade at linebacker in the second round or something.
Yeah. Five rated defensive end in the defensive line. I don't think I've seen many guys that low. That's got to be a chemistry thing, isn't it?
He's the
defensive
leader.
leader. Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay, so I've given him Harris Goss.
I do wonder though, because looking at his defense there, I mean, there's a lot of
There's
blue, isn't there?
there's room for improvement. And so he could be absolutely like, well, let me just get any of these amazing linebackers.
Yeah. So just depends. Does he like his front? Does he value, strengthening the front seven or getting a guy on offense?
I mean, just looking at the way the roster is built right now, it seems like he's valuing the offense more. There's more higher rated players on offense than defense.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true.
But also, pick 1.8, he got himself a great cornerback. So
yeah, I remember that guy.
And here he is back at 1.8 again. He could be like, well, I could get a good offensive player, or I can get an absolutely amazing defensive player. And so he's shown he's willing to do it. He may go back to the well.
Yeah. We'll have to see.
Norfolk for the first time, but not the last time this round.
Oh, they've got multiple firsts, have they?
They have. Last I looked.
Where is Norfolk in America? Because there's one in England, but
I don't know. I want to say Virginia, but I'll probably just sound
yeah,
dumb.
I feel like no, it is. Yes, Virginia. Yes. I mean, there's probably more than one. But
all right, so
Virginia's the first one.
For your knowledge here, he's got 8 and he's got 18. So he gets to pick again in 10 picks here. So if you see a position group that looks kind of deep, he might be able to come back to that.
Well, his offensive line looks good.
Yeah,
he doesn't need anyone there.
You could say that.
Yeah, looks very good. I mean, those centers, he's doing something with them centers. Is he going to trade one of them? He's franchised him.
I think he was trying to trade Brooks, but he's a 5th year 78. I think he'd be also happy to keep him.
Doesn't have a QB though.
No, he needs a quarterback for sure.
But I mean, I don't know. If you scroll down in your analyzer, where's the next QB? Because it won't be for a while, will it?
67. This guy.
Oh, yeah. So it's just you're not going to be taking those guys, are you?
I mean, not if you have 118. Like, you could get somebody premium right here and then come back and look at the quarterback market the second time if you were intent on doing that.
I wouldn't advise that. I don't think. But anyone,
I wouldn't either. I'm just saying, like, he definitely wouldn't do it here at 1.8.
Yeah, he's in the sort of position where if there was 3 good guys at the top, he might have consolidated those picks and moved up.
Right, like he gave himself the ammo, but the draft class did not. Turn out that way.
Yeah, a couple of good defensive backs, a couple of good defensive linemen, a good linebacker. What's that 73 rated guy? The linebacker.
Wow, this was an undrafted guy.
That's impressive. A lot of that's coming from his run defense, I guess.
What was West Virginia thinking? Probably wasn't road back then.
No, I don't
Uh,
think it was. Damn.
yeah, impressive.
Yeah, that is impressive. Um, so if you go back to draft analyzer, so we got the three linebackers burning a hole in our pocket here.
Speaking of burning a hole, let's say you've got 4 minutes to make this pick, and then we'll
All right, I'm on the clock with four
put a
minutes.
pause on it, and we'll resume with the next one in a new meeting.
Yeah. All right. Well, he definitely doesn't need either of those tackles because it looks like yeah, he's got a good future tackle and the rest of his offensive line is strong. So, does he need anyone on the defensive line? He's got a couple of good guys and he's got one good linebacker, and then the rest of the linebackers are kind of
Well, he's got a 59 here too.
okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. All right. He's pretty good as well.
He's a first rounder last year.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much longer I can suppress the talent of those three guys.
Not much.
I'm desperate to get him off the board. So,
So
show me
who's the top
Kiros.
guy for you?
What does Kiros look like? Pretty good.
Really
Pretty
good.
good. And then
Yeah.
the other two. And then pièce de résistance.
I mean, you already know.
Yeah, I don't think guys like that are going to last that long. Full bars to the right hand side, get him off the board.
Yeah. Dana Baghetti.
He's going. Yeah, I mean yeah. I don't. How long can you keep a guy like that on the board for?
None. I think top 10 is pretty. It's going to be tough for him to escape the top 10.
And we were talking briefly beforehand, like his size. 258, 6'3". I don't know what scheme he runs in Norfolk, but this guy can move around
Well,
if you even need him to.
he runs a 4-3.
He runs a 4-3, so that
So he could be a defensive end. He could be a linebacker. He could be anything.
yeah, when you've got that kind of talent, I think just put him on the field and let him get involved. I think he has to go now. I can't keep him on any longer.
Okay.
Dana Baguette.
Dana Baggett it is. I think I tried to nickname him Spaghetti Baghetti or something. All
Is
right.
is there a real player with Baguette? Because this is all from real players,
No, I don't think it is.
isn't it?
Oh, if it is, that's news to me.
Let's see, how long have we got on this meeting?
1 minute and 30 seconds or so.
Okay.
All right. The next one is Horsetooth. The amazing team name of Horsetooth.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's AI, so I'm going to try to make this pick before our meeting gets destroyed.
we've got under a minute on the clock.
Yeah.
Talk about pressure pick.
Well, I think this guy's got the best grade. He's got the best grade here. He's got the best rating here. He's got the best bars. He's got a top combine. Do they need a linebacker? They've got two good outside linebackers. Shoot. Well, they make him an inside linebacker, so that might sway me enough to make that happen for them.
He's he's another guy that could. I mean, he's 255, 6'2". He's good size.
Yeah, but this looks like a 3-14 to me. He's not
Oh
good.
yeah,
He's
with the
not
nose tackle.
that good size that he could play defensive end for them.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
so I would say he slots in at linebacker somewhere, and they're pretty happy. All right, I'll see you in a minute.
Yep.
All right, we got the top 10 down. So we are picking up here in Boston.
And we're back.
No,
Right.
no longer the Pikes. They are now the Brawlers.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's Howie, isn't it?
I believe it is.
Yeah, Howie's a good drafter.
All right, so get yourself in the mindset of a good drafter. Who you're going to take?
That's impossible for me to do. What I will do though is lean on what I think is my knowledge of Howie's offensive game plans usually, which he likes to run the ball, I think.
Okay.
If if the eye offers anything to go by, he likes to run the ball. I don't know what his splits were last year.
Well, this guy didn't run the ball last year. He must have had somebody else.
Yeah, so he ran the ball quite a lot last
Look at
year. He
this.
was
This guy had a good average for 23 hole wreck.
yeah, yeah, he did, yeah.
Kind of an insane average for 23 hole wreck.
That is an insane average, yeah. Well, he ran the ball 503 times last year.
All
So
right. Well, so his lead back is not on the team anymore then.
no, you'd guess not. And his offensive line looks okay. I mean, it looks good. 83 left tackle, 57, 50, 61, 50, 59 center. So
Well, no. Uh,
looks like it was a bit
Rex McVay was his lead running back last year.
damn, man, to get 467 out of that guy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. He had this guy who retired. He was getting 4 yards a carry.
Yeah. What's the running back situation like on the draft board at the moment?
I still think there's running backs there.
Hmm.
The top
We've
guy
got
is this
no
guy right
combine
now,
Hampton.
but if you like breakaway speed, he's your man.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few things that
If you like
scare me
speed to the
personally off at the
outside,
moment.
there's this guy.
Yeah.
This guy's another speed demon, looks like. This guy's whole wreck is a little sketchier than the others. And then this guy doesn't have any elusiveness if you're into that.
I don't know many people who are into that. Do you?
You what?
I don't know many people who are into elusiveness. I think everyone hates that bar, don't they?
Oh,
Well, not hates
well,
it, but
if Rick
I like it.
if Rick watches this, I know Rick likes to have a running back with elusiveness.
That's true. It's true. I think there
Not
was,
maybe not all of them, but definitely he wants to have that option.
yeah, I think the thing was that people thought that meant variance, which it does. People thought eliminate the variance by having low elusiveness, I guess was the thought behind you don't want the
I
elusiveness
mean,
bar, but
I mean, there's pluses and minuses to having chunks and in your game.
yeah, I like it. I mean, if you're in a run heavy offense, then you can deal with it because you get more chances to break off of those big runs. I don't really know if any of those running backs are worthy. What are we at? 1.8?
No, I think we're up to 110 here.
Are we? 110.
Boston 111.
111. I don't know how many of those running backs I'd say are top kind of, 10 to 12-ish players though.
Fair, but like the class is the class. So,
Yeah,
and your board might
yeah,
not
the
look like
class is
my
the
board,
class.
right?
No, he might like some of these guys. Who's got the highest hole rec and stable combines and statics? Oh, this is going to bring up some. Oh no, Perry Hampton. I thought it was going to bring up some fringe guy who's like
Well, you're
3.7
not going to
rec.
like
But
his statics because his power inside and speed to the outside are low.
no, I
Um,
don't like his
his
statics.
power
So.
inside is low.
Yeah, but the power inside's low, the bench is low as well, so it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah,
And the other two statics are pretty good.
I think Cage looks like the most well-rounded guy. He's got everything right.
Yeah, yeah. Would that be a reach though at 112? I don't
Well,
know. What does his defense look like?
it looks like he could use a defensive end.
Yeah, I mean his linebacker room looks good.
It's
He's
definitely
only got one
solid.
guy, two guys below 50 in his linebacker room.
Yeah.
and then there's no defensive backs going this early. Who's the show me Harrison De Silva, defensive end?
I mean, he's a 3-4 defensive end, right?
Yeah, but that endurance is going to hurt him at 112. You're not going to take a guy with endurance that low.
And he's in a 4-3.
Yeah, yeah. So that rules him out.
I mean, this guy could play a 4-3 defensive end.
Yeah,
Probably pretty well.
yeah. And in terms of talent ceiling, this guy is probably the highest. Well, not probably the highest. I'd say he is the highest. Show me Cody Doyle briefly, please. Just I saw his bars there. I hadn't looked at him before. 5'8" though. Maybe Nate De Silva comes in as a hybrid defensive end. I mean, he might be able to talk himself into one of those running backs, but I don't know if I could do it at 112 when there might be other talent on the board that just warrants the pick based on that alone. You know, because all of these running backs are okay, but maybe in like the 15 to 32 range.
All right.
What do you think about that? Is that a crazy take?
No, who you're going with?
I'll go with Nate Sander.
Nate Sanders. I mean, he's top of my board.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, but he'll play
I don't
defensive
I
end,
don't think
won't
it's
he?
crazy to take the best player available here. All right. That brings us to these boots. Them boots. Boots in Calgary. All right, Boots. I gotta give you somebody shitty here. Don't be mad about it.
I mean, his team looks quite good.
It does look quite good. Yes.
Your division's really competitive, though.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Everyone's beating up on each other.
Yeah. Um, I bet he would like a wide receiver here. I think this is a pretty good running back, even though he didn't use him a ton. I mean, he could use another running back.
Everyone's got such good left tackles in this league. I feel
Yeah,
like
it's kind of
he's got
impressive,
two
right?
good
He's
left
got
tackles.
two,
Yeah,
yeah. It's nuts. He does need another guard potentially, but there's no guards this early.
no,
I wouldn't dare give him a bookend to Johnny Peel.
no.
He does look light on linebackers potentially. Well, not light. These guys are all good. Just in terms of numbers, he doesn't have a ton of linebackers.
No. They're all good, but not great. I mean, yeah, all their bars look good.
His secondary is deep as hell, so that's good for him because there's not an amazing secondary in the first round. All right, I think that kind of narrows it down to wide receiver and running back. And you don't think these running backs are worth it for another couple of picks, but then all of a sudden they're worth
Well,
it.
I mean, yeah, that's just me. That's just me.
That's just you. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I did like Miles Montgomery, and I think he'll see value here. Do it all wide receiver. I don't know that he's like a guaranteed wide receiver one or anything, but I think he's a valuable player, and that's enough at wide receiver, right? If you get a good wide receiver, I don't know. Maybe you want a wide receiver one at 112. Maybe that's late enough that you'd be happy with a wide receiver two. What do you think?
I think that inherently a wide receiver is always good value, really. If he's got the bars that are important, route running, getting downfield, big play. He's got some other nice bars like courage.
Yeah. All
There's
right.
definitely value in that.
MM.
And I think what was
Calgary.
that 1.5 1.13 or something. I think at that
1.12.
1.12, I think at that stage you can start kind of,
Oh, this is a shame.
exploring.
Uh,
What?
I think I'm gonna have you do two in a row,
Oh,
so that
why? What's happened?
you can pick me, so I don't not picking myself.
Oh, all right. Whose pick is this though?
This next pick is going to be CSP.
CSP. Who's that?
It's Colorado, isn't it?
How the heck is that the abbreviation for Colorado?
Colorado Springs, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. It just
Colorado Springs is a place though,
I'm
isn't it?
not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if I've got the most updated
Need
team
to import your
names.
configuration. Yeah.
But CSP is. I mean, I could go check the website, but I'm pretty sure I'm in the right place here. Colorado,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Colorado. Yeah. Yep.
and
All right.
get ready to look at another stacked roster.
Geez, 70, 70, 69. Couple of good receivers. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the two rosters that we just looked at don't seem like they warrant picks in the early middle of
They
the
don't.
first round,
They
really.
should probably forfeit these. I think.
But it's just it speaks to how competitive that division is. Luckily for him, his secondary looks like it's sorted out.
Yeah, he's got young guy that's good, young guy that's good.
I mean, defensive line looks pretty good. Offensive line looks pretty good.
He's.
Scroll back up a bit, please. Oh yeah, what were you going to say?
I was thinking he's a guy who might be tempted by a good linebacker here. There's absolutely nothing wrong with his linebacker core, but
Yeah, there's still
I mean you can't really. There's no holes on this team. It's so you're just picking talent. I think.
yeah, yeah. I'm just having a quick look at some other receivers because would he go receiver here just based on you always want receivers.
Potentially.
I don't I don't think he needs the tackles, and I don't think he'll take that Harrison De Silva with the low endurance overall, so that rules that out. And he's got a great running back, an every down guy. Doesn't need defensive backs. Um, I mean, if he was looking at linebacker, is Cody Doyle's obviously the only one there that we can see on the board, but
Yeah, I think Cody Doyle is hands down the guy if you want a linebacker.
yeah. He's only an interior guy though, isn't he? Because was he small? Was he light as well or just small?
Yes, he
Yeah,
was both.
so he's small and light. Yeah, so you want him in 4-3 really.
Oh, he looks like he's a
Um,
3-4 probably.
Yeah, maybe he would go. Maybe he'd just go another receiver here,
All right.
and a guy that
Yeah, he's a 3-4.
stood out to me, who I don't think we've taken already, or just a guy that looks good in the areas you want him to look good. What does Frederick Schwartz look like to you?
I like Frederick Schwartz. I don't know why I haven't even seen him yet.
He's green, so he should be somewhere.
I
He's
must have passed
invisible.
him.
We can't have drafted him already, can we?
I don't think we did, honestly, but I remember the name and I think he's good. So I don't know why. Here he is. He's way down here. He failed the position drill, so his score is very, very bad on my draft analyzer.
Damn, you don't like those failed combines.
I'm on the default settings here.
Oh, the default settings don't like those failed combines. I mean, to
No.
me, that guy looks,
Otherwise, I may have put him ahead of some of the other choices I've made. I regret leaving you, Frederick Schwartz. I regret him possibly going to Colorado.
I think he looks good.
Yeah, I think that's a good
If
pick.
no receivers in this class seem to have avoid drops though, but that's just that seems to be just part of this class really. But I think with that big play, that route running and that getting downfield. He's got a bit of courage. Might be able to return some kicks.
He's also got good development percentage for his age, I think.
Yeah, I think he joins the Colorado receivers room.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. I am jealous of. All right. Let me make you go again here because I don't want to mock myself. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Trying to get into your mind though.
Stay
It's
out. Stay
difficult.
out.
I mean, you've got. Oh, is that running back the guy you got in free agency?
It is, yeah.
I was going to say I don't remember you having that guy. I mean, you've got some good receivers as well. Nice tight end. What's your tackle
Well,
situation?
receivers, I do have two good receivers, but most of these guys are not on my team anymore.
Oh yeah, I was only really looking at the 64 and 74 rate guy there.
Yeah.
That's all you need, I think, and especially in a more run-heavy offense.
What was your question?
What's your tackle situation?
Not great.
I mean, all right though, not terrible.
You're right. Not terrible. Not great.
No, and the two tackles here are dumb, aren't they, on the board? So it's like, do you go for a dumb guy?
They are dumb. Yes.
Yeah. What's their talent level though? If you click on them, what do the bars look like? They're super talented. Sometimes that's a worthwhile trade-off. He looks okay. Um, yeah, I don't think any of them are going to you. Sean Faber. So you got one defensive end. You're a 3-4, are you?
I'm a 3-4.
Yeah, 3-4. Like maybe you could have used another linebacker.
Yeah.
You're
There's
not
no.
going to take
I don't think there's
Cody.
any way those linebackers are falling to me.
No, and you're not going to take Cody Doyle because he's too light.
Probably not. No.
Well, that leaves. I was going to say running back, but then you're all right at running back. I don't know. This is difficult. What about those two nose tackle guys? Well, they've got a nose tackle. That guy looks okay. That looks pretty good as well. I I mean I can't I don't know. I can't see you taking either of those guys. Or can I for the pass rush? Because it looks like you've got your right defensive end sorted out, and it's the left defensive end, isn't it, that gets that's the pass rusher in the 3-4 sets.
I'm hoping it's the right defensive end.
Really?
I'm hoping it. Yeah. I think maybe in 3-4 Eagle it's left defensive end.
I'm sure I've read in the handbook that the right defensive end's more like a defensive tackle, but maybe that is just an eagle. I don't know.
I've never been the Eagle, so I play the right defensive end like it's a 4-3 defensive end, and I hope that that's the pass rusher guy.
Yeah. I don't know. This is a tough one because would you take more than? Do you need more than one running back? Now you've got that 70 rated guy,
I've got a ton of
and
running backs.
yeah, you got a ton of running backs. So I can't see you taking him. I don't know if there's any tight ends that are worth taking at this slot either. This is a tough one, man. Do we go receiver here? What does Sean Laporte look like?
It looks like he needs endurance.
Yeah, nothing to write home about. And then what about Johnny Miles? No, again, flawed. This is a tough one, man. I don't like to leave the dead air, but I can't think of who you might go with. I mean, unless you just take another defensive end just to flesh the room out. But who's the best guy? Who's the best defensive end here
You tell
that
me.
fits a 3-4? So just show me them all in
All right. Well, you've looked at
not
De
hit.
Silva, who doesn't have endurance really.
Not him. No, I wouldn't even take him that early. He looks okay. Yeah, also looks good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe you just go Sean Faber, but he's dumb. But he's got high pass rush technique, and he's got the size. It's embarrassing because I know in your head you're thinking you idiot, but yeah, I'll give you Sean Faber.
All right.
I don't feel good about it, but I feel good about his pass rush technique. But I don't feel good about giving it to you really, because I don't think you'd take it. But I could sit here and squirm for hours. So.
That's what I'll be doing when I'm on the clock. So, all right.
Yeah, I mean, I can't trade out in a mock, so we all know that's the true outcome.
All right. So, if I do two in a row, does that puts you back on the odds? I think, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or I don't know. I'm also 32, so I'm trying to make you do something later about that. Kansas City. Kansas City. They are J-Zick. He's got himself quite the quarterback. Good running back. Good wide receivers. He could maybe use a right tackle. He's got defensive ends for sure.
This is a nice team.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to choose between right tackle and linebacker here because he looks like he's a 4-3, so he would be able to take Cody Doyle, who's very, very good.
Tiny Terror, Cody Doyle.
Yeah. Um, right. I don't think the intelligence is going to dissuade him. So the question is, does he like this guy or this guy better than this guy? Man, I think these bars are too much to pass up at this point.
Yeah, I think if he fits your scheme, I mean, an
Right.
entry-rated linebacker.
Like, this guy's got to be a 4-3, right? KC?
He's going to be expensive though, isn't he? But which is
Yeah,
because he's got some cap space at the moment. But
yeah, he's a 4-3. I got to give him to him. This guy's a stud.
you get all the easy ones.
Oh, that is not it. All right, you get Hartford for the second time.
Um,
So we'll see if we can remember who you gave him before so we don't double up positionally.
yeah, who did I give him before? We should have done a spreadsheet for this.
Yeah, we should have. But,
Did we give him a receiver?
oh, fucking A. I don't know. Somebody rewind and tell us.
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, it's not the end of the world, right? Let's have a look at his. So he's got one good tackle, and there's a hole
At left tackle, maybe.
the other tackle. So just looking at it based off talent, Archie O'Neill.
Making a snap decision. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's going there.
I don't think we gave him the stud left tackle. I think he went somewhere else.
No.
So
Was there a stud left tackle?
yeah, I think you gave him to the AI maybe.
Did I? Oh yeah, yeah, because he had a high grade. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Darnell Shields, I think was his name.
Jimmy, don't be mad at us. We can't remember who we gave you in the first pick.
Yeah, that's poor planning on our part.
Yeah. Um, after Hartford comes Raleigh. Now you play with Raleigh and the IHOF, right?
I think so. Who's the GM then? Riley.
It's Way T34.
Yeah, Yeah, he's in the IHOF.
What does he like to draft?
It's a good question, and one that I don't have the answer to, unfortunately.
Okay.
The draft for me is usually sort of a state of panic.
He's got a good looking offense. Quarterback, running back, tight end,
Yeah,
3 wide
yeah.
receivers. Got
Some
the
nice
O
pieces on the
line.
line.
Special teams are sorted. Looks like he's a 3-4. I might
Maybe
be,
there's room in that front seven.
yeah, I might be tempted to give him an end here. You could potentially use a safety, but I don't like any safeties here. Don't think we have a linebacker left, really. Yeah, I think I'm going to want to give him a defensive end. This guy's pretty good.
He looks like a 3-4 guy as well.
Yeah, these are all 3-4 guys,
Yeah.
I assume. Yeah, I'm on 3-4. And you don't like this guy because of his endurance, huh?
Yeah, it's not I don't like him. I just think how many situations will he be in before he gets blown up? I think he'll be effective when he's on the field, but
All right, I'm going to go with Miguel Langfelder then. He's got max run defense, good pass rush technique. He's got play diagnosis. I think he'll be a good starting defensive end for him. He can take over.
makes
Oh,
sense.
this guy's not on his team anymore, so he's got 158 and then a couple 40s. I think that'll work out well.
Yeah, the room needs another body.
Okay. That
And
puts you up,
then
well, another second.
Norfolk again.
I did. Now, this time I warned you. I warned you that Norfolk had 2 picks.
Yeah, 9 and 18, 9 and 18.
I don't remember who you gave him, but I did warn you at least. I did my job there. Because you talked about coming back for a quarterback potentially.
I don't think I'd take any of the quarterbacks in this draft after that one guy, not till the later rounds at least. Yeah, I mean, the line sorted. I feel like this is a tough one though. Maybe I gave him that. Did I give him that other linebacker? A good linebacker. I don't know. What's his running back situation?
He's got 250s.
Yeah, nice and nice. Yeah, so he doesn't need a running back, unfortunately for me. I could do the tight end, but I sort of feel a bit like the tight end class is kind of similar to the defensive back class in this draft. McAlpin's the
Here's the
highest
top
guy.
2 tight ends. This guy and Fred St. Louis. That's a great name.
I mean, he looks more like a pass catching tight end.
He definitely does.
McAlpin's going to have big red bars, but they might not be anywhere where you'd want them to be.
Right. His route running looks suspect.
Yeah, yeah, very much so. So I don't think he'll take him. What's the board again? Just the top of the board. Oh, it's not looking good, is it? If you don't want to take a running back, he's not going to take a third running back, is he? That's crazy talk, isn't it? To take a running back when you've got 2 guys that like that.
I mean, yes and no, right? I mean, this guy's in his 7th year. He's 28. Like,
Yeah,
by the time this guy ages out, the next running back will be fully developed and ready to go. It depends if you want to draft for now or draft for later a little bit, right?
true, true.
We are seeing our first DB pop up on the first couple DBs getting higher on the list now.
Mm,
He's got 2 good corners, but he's got 3 decent corners with his nickel 54.
yeah, and that guy's done as a box of rocks. I mean, what's his talent level like though?
He's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. He's got the endurance. I mean, he's small,
He's got
small and dumb.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, small, dumb, but talented. I don't think he's going to take him.
Okay.
Let's have a look at Nick Reese again. We'll just see the best. I want to see the best of the running backs. Yeah, I mean, I like that guy. Of all the running backs, I like that guy, I think.
You like Nick Reese?
Yeah, because I just think, or actually, maybe he's got that route running as well, isn't he? But what I like about him is his endurance, his whole wreck, and then I care more about the speed, both breakaway and to the outside, than I do about the power inside.
So you're
Just for me,
not too bothered about the lack of power inside. He's got the other two.
I'm bothered by it as a static, but then his bench is low, so it makes me think, oh, fine, that's natural.
Well, both of those other guys can do power inside, so either that means he likes power inside or he has players to do that job already.
Yeah, so if he wants to bang it between the numbers, he can do that. And then show me Perry Hampton again. He's not any better, is he? Oh, no, actually, no. His two statics are much lower down. Yeah, maybe Nick Reese goes there, and he's going to be eventually the RB number one when the other guy ages out.
Okay. Reese it is.
It's hard, man. Hard drafting for myself, let alone thinking for everyone else as well.
Well, yeah, it's hard to know everybody else's roster and what their plans
stressing me out over it.
Sorry about that. Well, all right, Georgia hogging all the quarterbacks. Stud running back, stud receiver, and some depth behind him.
This is JJ again, is it?
No, this is not JJ. JJ, we just did.
Oh no, this was this BG Bob. This is BG Bob's old team.
No, BG Bob was Hartford, and that's JJ.
Hartford.
Georgia is Tony.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it's hard to say if he needs another wide receiver or not. He's got so much depth here.
Yeah, nice offensive line.
Yeah.
All of his starters are 60 or over on the offensive line, it looks like.
All right, I'm going to say he needs a cornerback only because this guy is in his 12th year. And so,
seems like a fair assumption.
I think that gives me an excuse to throw the top corner off of the board. Because he's got just a deep team. Nothing jumps out as a need right now. So I'll give him a good player that will be a starter next year, probably.
Yeah. That seems fair.
So, not Fox. Who was it?
I think it was Courtney Fox, wasn't it?
No, I think there was a guy that had max interceptions, wasn't there? We didn't give him away, did we?
I don't think we've drafted any defensive backs yet.
No, we haven't. I just really?
Hold on, what are we sorted by? Because the rate goes from 79 to 61 there.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, maybe that's why I was seeing cornerbacks high on the list before. I've just been looking at the wrong list for a little while. All right,
what the hell were we sorted by?
I don't know. I screwed you over. You didn't have the top of the list available to you there.
Damn.
Are you drafting strictly off my draft analyzer?
What off the default draft analyzer? Oh yeah, this is what I'm mainly looking at. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm checking a couple of other things just to make sure there's nothing that jumps out. But
okay, well.
Also, sorry if any of these guys have been red flags and we haven't noticed.
Right? Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, we get a pass on that one.
Well, now all of a sudden it looks like I'm reaching for a corner. I don't feel that good about that anymore. Shit.
Damn, getting that guy in the second round is nice.
Yeah.
You run him over the middle all day.
All right, this guy has no route running. So I'm going to use that as an excuse to go wide receiver for him, I think. And solve that with all the route running of Sean Laporte. Because he's got depth at wide receiver, this endurance won't be so much of a big deal.
No, he's a complementary piece that can be effective when he catches the ball.
I'm still not sorted by rate, it seems like. I don't know what's going on here. Alright, so that puts you up for McAllen again, who picked 1.2. I drafted for them last time.
Yeah,
Uh,
you gave him the running back.
I did. I
So,
gave him the stud running back. You're right.
yeah, because I gave number one the QB.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still bereft of talent at the QB, but I don't think he's gonna. I don't. A QB here would be a reach, in my opinion. I don't know. He doesn't look like he needs a left tackle. He's got two good tackles.
Does he need a right tackle?
I'd assume one of those guys is playing right. No, he's got a right tackle. 60 out of 60 right tackle. And then he's got Newton's his left tackle and Dole is his right tackle, I think.
Okay.
Although Dole's 10-year veteran, but he just looks to have a couple of good receivers. Show me Johnny Miles, just to see if can you keep him on the board? Oh, I don't know. I mean that big
Okay.
play receiving.
Again, I don't know what this is getting sorted by, but it's not rate. I don't know why that keeps happening.
Yeah, what is that? Yeah, confusing me.
Yeah, sorry. This is the top of the board now.
Okay.
No, it's not. This guy's a 55 rating. Why is he showing up here?
But I just saw it and it's sorted perfectly by rate.
I don't know what's going on, but this looks better. So hopefully this is the top of the board.
Yeah. All right. Crockton. Good name. Dixon Crockton. Oh, man, this guy looks nice. Oh, no, he's got bad BPR as well. I only saw his route running. What does his interior defensive line look like?
He's got an absolute stud here and good depth.
What about his center, his interior offensive line?
His center is a 30. No, his center is not on the team, so he has no center.
Okay. And if we have a look at Tyrus Lynch.
All right, so anyway, Steele back in the IFL. Pick 21, good looking roster.
Yeah.
I believe I said nose tackle and linebacker is what looks like possible options for him. And I did like this guy, who is high up on the list. And this guy, less so. He's really young, but oh, I bet I know what's going on. No, it's still 3-4. Okay. Yeah, it's just completely changed the ratings for everybody. That's really interesting. Nonetheless, I think he's got a nose tackle that can get after the passer right here, and he could use one that can stuff the run a little bit. So I'm going to give him Luther Harvey, run stuffing nose tackle. Which puts you up for Orlando.
Okay.
Orlando looks like an open team to me.
Okay. That might make my life a bit easier. Let's have a look at the grades. And then a quick look at their roster. It's got a left tackle.
They don't have a left tackle on the roster, so that might make this real simple.
Yeah. Joshua Becker, welcome to Florida.
Okay.
Or Orlando now, isn't it? I'm surprised Sox wasn't he the one he did the rebrand, didn't he? From Florida to Orlando and did all the AI artwork or whatever, didn't he? I'm surprised he hasn't responded because that was only last off season, I think.
Yeah, I think he got a bit busy. I think maybe he said in some other league.
Oh, did he?
I think he left the TFL too.
Right. Okay.
And that brings up Murfreesboro, who's got an impressive looking quarterback room. Really good tight ends. The league's
Cool.
best
87
yeah,
wide receivers,
the league's best wide receiver, who could
95
potentially
center.
use a running mate, although this guy's really good. 95 center, yeah. They've got a lot of high end talent. And it looks like they mostly draft on offense
No
based
wonder
on,
he's always beaten me in the playoffs.
based on that. So I'm going to assume that he wants to keep drafting on offense. Um, let's see. This guy's good, but oh man, he's getting paid too. I could see him wanting a running back, actually. Are we ignoring this guy with his bad big play?
I mean, his route running's good and his getting downfield's good. I don't know how much of a kiss of death other people view it as, but 4.51 is like the the cut off, I think.
Right. This looks like it's a little reachy for wide receivers if you like big play. Um, of course,
You've said before, though,
we
he's got
finally find
to
this the center, and it's the guy who has the best center in the league.
yeah, yeah. Really, I should have given that guy to thingy. I gave him that left tackle as a center, but
I would want to give the best corner in the league to him potentially, but he doesn't need him. Not best corner in the league, best corner in the draft here. He could maybe use a defensive end. He looks like a 4-3 to me. 4-3D defensive ends are harder to find here, so I'm in the 3-4, but oh yeah, this guy is pretty good. I'm just not. He's only got 4 wide receivers. It's really tempting to try to get him a wide receiver. Or a running back. Hmm. Well, alright, I'm going to go out on a limb and try to give him Albert Mino, who looks like a very good defensive end for the 4-3. Okay. That brings up Madison.
okay.
That's Tucson for the Demons.
Oh yeah, that's it. Madison and Tucson. Yeah, and he looks to have some pieces at receiver, a good tight end, no running back by the looks of it.
Yeah.
QB on the franchise tag.
Oh, QB signed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's signed. Yeah, he was tagged. I just saw the little F. Getting paid from next year. Be a
Yeah.
big deal. Um, who are the running backs on the board we've got left?
There's Blanchett.
Mm, I mean,
We've,
he looks nice.
he does. There's Cage. His,
He looks
rece-
nice as well.
his receiving stuff stands out a little bit.
Yeah, he's a bit more well-rounded, but you want a guy who's just gonna run the ball.
And then there's this guy.
I probably wouldn't. I'd probably stay away from that guy. But on this pick, at least, I think Blanchett might be a shout here.
Now you want to
Nice
go.
talent level.
You want to go with Blanchett then?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when your running back room's 39 is the highest rated guy, I think maybe you need to inject a bit of talent in there.
Okay. My personal preference here is Cage. He's got the better grade, and he's got receiving bars, and he's twice as developed.
It's true.
But I don't think you'll go wrong with either of them. Oh, good. Next up is Alaska.
Mm.
So what do you want? You about to take one of these quarterbacks, aren't you? As you've been trying to talk everybody else out of it so you can get them.
I mean, I swung for a QB last year and look what I got.
Look what you got.
Curtis Jackson Curtis.
Yeah, he came down a bit, didn't he?
I was hoping that he was just going to be a game manager, but I mean, and he might still be, but his timing and his sense rush and his scramble are going to, and his chemistry is going to
100
probably
scramble.
end up getting him some snaps.
Okay, so you're rolling with
Playing
him next year?
against, and no, I'm not. I'm rolling with Bryson and his how many seasons cohesion? 14
Oh,
seasons
yeah,
cohesion.
yeah. I don't know why I was asking.
So
Um, okay. So we're gonna leave quarterbacks alone.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, you need a wide receiver.
yeah.
I mean, I see you have a shitload on the team, but I assume that you're gonna want to take a swing at a wide receiver here, Mr. Swinger. Um, Gets us about what do you want in a wide receiver? I'm tempted to just give you this guy who looks like he'll be absolutely a good wide receiver.
I like his size as well.
Right, 6'3". This guy
If
looks
that matters.
pretty good too. But yeah, he's top of the board. You need a wide receiver. It's hard to go wrong with all that route running and getting downfield. Plus, he's got that 4.51. You never know. He's got to look like the top combine on the board.
Yeah, I mean at 125, you've got to take a chance on some of these guys, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm giving you a wide receiver, and you'd be happy about it.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Gratefully received. Right.
All right, so you're up for
Columbia,
Columbia.
two good QBs.
Yeah, another. Wow, and he just signed this guy in free agency, so I wonder if that's the presumed starter, or if he's going to give Ty another year.
I guess that's like his succession plan.
No, I think he's going to go with Spoon right away, and Ty is going to turn into the backup.
15 seasons of. Oh no, he wasn't on the team for that long.
No, just 2 years.
Yeah,
Although he did well last year, so maybe it depends how far he drops, and then he can turn to Spoon if he
interesting.
needs him. He did just pay the man, so
Yeah, I mean, but that's not an unreasonable contract for
I honestly
a
it
60
seems
rated.
it seems like he should have gone for more.
Yeah, and to get that majority of that is salary. That's a good deal.
Right? Yeah. He's got a running back on the end of his deal.
Yeah, very nice though. On the end of his rookie deal,
Yeah,
you've got to think he's getting re-signed.
you would think, but he hasn't. He hasn't yet.
No, there's not a huge amount of cap, but
His tight end room is quite old.
yeah, we haven't given anyone tight ends yet, have we? Have there
No,
been any that have made their way to the top of the board yet? Not really. Not
this
one.
guy's now on the board, and
I
McAlpin's
mean,
right below him. They're there. They're not the top, but they're
no,
there.
he's not banging the door down. But this guy actually looks all right for a pass catching option.
He does.
I mean, he's got big play receiving, which looks to be average, but his route running, third down catching, getting downfield's okay, and he can do some tight end stuff like run block. He's got courage.
You
Looks
talking
to be the
yourself into
case.
him?
Well, I mean, he's an option. He's an option in a tight end room that doesn't look to have anyone else. No one's getting any younger. Eli Warren. I don't feel like I've seen him so far.
This is the corner I was mentioning with the good
Oh
interception bar, I
yeah.
think.
Oh, that we couldn't find last time because the rate thing was all messed up.
I don't know what you're talking about. That part was edited out.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, edit that out as well.
Yeah, right.
Um, oh yeah, and Caden Joffrey. He's new to me as well. Let's have a look at him. Could he be a tight end?
No, he's too light. Too
Yeah,
short.
he's far too right. I mean, he looks all right though. For someone who likes a fullback, he can do pretty much everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, as a fullback, he's a great fullback.
Yeah. I think maybe they spruce up that tight end room and bring in the next guy, Fred San Louis.
Fred St. Louis.
Yeah,
Oh, you're pronouncing it
French.
Frenching it. Yeah, you Frenching it up.
I was French Canadian, yeah.
Okay.
Even though he's from, I know he's went to college in Virginia, but
Yeah, he could be from France. We don't know. All right, Fred St. Louis. San Louis goes to Columbia. Next up is TJ and Joe.
how easy is it for you to get into Joe's mind when it comes to drafting?
Uh, not as easy as it should be, considering how many years I've been playing this game with him. Um,
Oh, Bergman's up for an extension.
yeah, that's going to cost something.
Oh, that's going to cost him something. I'd love to know what that guy's demand is, considering his record is 53 and 16, and look at his bars. I mean,
Yeah, he's pretty insane. Bergman could use somebody to throw the ball to, but despite not having that, he did quite well. So maybe he just thinks he gets by with mediocre wide receivers. He's got good tight ends, that helps.
have any standout offensive linemen?
He doesn't, but I think he mostly just wants pass block guys.
Right.
So, this run blocking center, I don't think like would appeal to him all that much. I mean, he's got a good young center. Actually, he just drafted this guy high last year, who's a run blocker. So, um, could he take a corner? Could he get the top corner? His corners are mostly older, so that's going to be tempting. Also, like that he's 6'3".
Really isn't that often you see a cornerback that tall, is it?
No, it's not.
You know, they're all usually 5'11". 5'11" is usually tall for a cornerback
There's
in
this
most classes.
this guy is. I wouldn't mind giving him this guy, but his endurance is rough.
Mm.
So I bet he would be happy to get one of the few first-round corners. Because this guy can't be much longer for the team, and he's got depth, but he could use a starter. It looks like. So I'm gonna give him the old Eli.
Nice. That's a good choice.
That puts you up for Texas.
This is their second. Did they already have one of these? Yeah, they had 1.4.
1.4.
So did we give them? Did we give them one of the linebackers at 1.4?
I don't think so. Did we?
I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't have been a bad pick if we did. Looking at their linebacker run.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, that's in the past now. The forgotten past, should I say? I mean, you could use a receiver
For sure. And I'm tempted to say maybe I gave him a running back.
at 1.4.
Weren't there two good running backs, or was there only one at the very
No, there
top?
was only Riddick,
Okay.
Thornton, or whatever his name was.
Okay.
Right, so Dixon Meacham, what does he look like? Let's just go through the receivers. He's probably going to go with one of them.
He looks pretty decent as long as his
Yeah,
route running holds on.
yeah. I mean, he looks like a sort of jack of all trades. Maybe a little bit of everything. And then Tennant, mm, Rata.
Getting more and more questionable with the route running.
Yeah. No, I think he's going to go safe here. I think Dixon Meacham. I think Dixon Meacham with a green group and a high soul score. You'd hope that he gets the most out of that route running.
I mean, for a late first round pick, this is a pretty good look, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, an easy one for you. All right, I've got Pittsburgh. Got an aging quarterback, best running back in the league, maybe best one of the best wide receivers in the league. Yeah, well, you can see why they got as far as they did this year. However, I'm pretty tempted to just hand them Oscar Foreman as one of the very few potential holes on their team. He looks like he could come in and shore up their center position, which looks somewhat weak at this moment. Did this guy start
Yeah.
last year? Not really. So he must have lost his starter to free agency or retirement. Just spent a third on that guy, but it doesn't look like he's what he's hoping for.
No, he's not the answer, I don't think.
So on a team with few holes, I think that makes sense. He's got depth at nose tackle, depth at end, depth at linebacker. I guess he could use an outside linebacker, couldn't he? That's not an outside.
Did you want the garage door open?
No. Did I leave it open?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I put the wire down for her car, and then it started beeping.
Oh, you have to unlock the car first.
Huh?
You have to unlock the car first.
I didn't unplug it. Just the charging cord. It was up on the freezer.
It probably just fell out of the outlet.
Yeah, I put it back in, but it was beeping.
Yeah, because if it gets turned off without unlocking the car, it'll beep at you.
Oh, okay.
But no big deal. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna go with Oscar Foreman, I think.
Yeah, I think solid choice. Then who have I got? Oh, Vegas.
Oh, Vegas, your buddy in your division.
Yeah. Yeah. And now he's quite tight on his chemistry stuff, isn't he? But
Yeah,
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 don't
he
really
really
know.
is.
I don't really know what his scheme is.
Well, why don't you find a position you think he needs, and I'll point out what color they are.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at QB, running back, tight end. There's all guys are all sort of 45 and under.
Yeah, like
He's got nice receivers, three nice receivers, so I don't think he needs anyone there. His offensive line looks good. Defense, linebackers. He's got one good defensive lineman, got a couple of usables, and then one really good guy. His secondary looks okay. I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of people. There's not a lot of options at QB and running back at this stage, is there?
I mean, there's Caleb
Oh,
Cage.
Caleb Cage.
However, his running back at the moment is 4'8". What group is that?
I
It's
go
probably
by
it's
the
probably the
dates.
same group as Cage.
Ah, interesting.
I'm guessing.
So he might be a fit then.
Well, no, he wouldn't be a fit then.
Oh, if he's the same group. Oh, yeah. He wouldn't be an affinity. Yeah. But he wouldn't be a conflict either. Um, oh, it's tough, isn't it, if you have to consider someone's chemistry scheme at the same time.
It very much is.
Does he like fullbacks?
I don't think enough to take one in the first round. I mean,
Yeah, not one
his
that can be
fullback.
yeah, not unless there can be a conversion. Oh, he's not an affinity though. Yeah, I mean QB and running back look like positions of need primarily, but tight end. But then he's only got 2 on the roster.
Yeah, his receiver group is 6'5". Do you know which one that is? I don't have my picture up on this computer. That looks like it's purple.
Seems like purple's his group for most things. I mean, is he going to take a receiver just for positional value? Potential affinity. That's his group.
His route running's pretty suspect, potentially.
Yeah, purple's a tough group to build a good receiving core out of, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
For that reason. I mean, what do you think? What do you think in terms of weaknesses? I don't really know if he has that many. I mean,
he could
maybe
use
on the defensive line.
He could use a defensive end.
Yeah. What was the top of the board for defensive ends looking like?
It's looking like a 3-4 defensive end, so let me just switch that. I don't know which one he is, but see if we can find a defensive end.
Is it late enough to be considering Harrison De Silva? Or not really? No, probably not.
As a defensive tackle?
If his pass rush technique was maxed or something like that, you'd think, well, maybe he could be an elite situational rusher, but see, that guy's not moving the needle for me, really. What was Kirk Dollar? What did he look like?
Not really what you'd think for a 6.7.
No, so they're not really moving the needle, I don't think. Irving Marshall. Two players down from where you are at the moment. What does he look like? Okay, that's a guy that looks like he'd, yeah.
Yeah, you want to give him
Good
a
run defense.
defensive tackle here?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, 6'3", 317, good run defense and good pass rush technique.
430. Maybe that's purple. I don't know. All right, we'll try it. Irving Marshall to Vegas. And I get the commish.
Oh, that means I've got a draft for you again.
Yeah.
It's not good for me. Not good for my stress levels.
Well, it certainly seems like he could use a wide receiver, even though he's got like 10 or 12, 11. I don't know. He's got a lot of wide receivers. Would he pass on a guy like this?
I don't know. I mean, that guy looks pretty good, doesn't he? Considering he's still sitting there at 131. And when you've already got 10 wide receivers, you don't need one guy to
actually
have a super high thing.
I think he likes route running, and this route running getting downfield combo is worth a first round pick.
Yeah.
Plus he's got all the endurance you need, a little bit of courage, a little bit of third down catching. He's like the only guy in this draft with avoid drops. Johnny Miles is a beast. All right, I'm putting you on the clock with 5 minutes to make a Vancouver pick.
Oh, I can't remember who I gave you before. I think a running back, wasn't it?
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it as well now.
You give me a defensive end. I can't remember his
Oh
name.
yeah, maybe I'll give you a defensive end. Yeah.
His name's probably not important, but I think it was Caleb somebody or something.
Who was that receiver we were just looking at? Johnny Tennant.
That's Johnny Tennant.
In the route running's low, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Not a great
Potential.
soul, and probably a smart group.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have a particular philosophy in the first? Do you only take offense in the first, or are you happy to take defense as well?
I'm happy to take whatever looks like a good player. I mean, I took a center in the first tier this year. Not whatever year this
Yeah, I
was.
think at
Yeah.
132, I think that's fine.
I mean, that's where I'm
I
at.
mean, another is
We're
good.
at 132,
Yeah, yeah.
and not for the right reasons though. I didn't win this. Just to be clear, Sween
Is
Dog,
this?
Sween Dog won this.
Yeah.
Won this pick.
So if we sort by grade, who's left?
Oh, let me go back to 3-4. I'll help you out maybe. Your boy Harrison De Silva, you've been trying to get rid of forever.
Yeah, I mean, do you like him? I think he could be nice. I mean, his pass rush strength is all the way up there.
The problem is I don't want a 5'11 defensive end.
Yeah, yeah, not in a 3-4
Yeah, not in the
because his
first.
weight.
Between the height and the endurance, I don't think I could take him in the first round.
No. Also, I wonder if it is the left defensive end that's the pass rush in the standard 3-4. Because if you look at his rating down there at the bottom, he's rated the highest on the left defensive end, which you'd think would be.
Oh, that is interesting. I'm assuming that's based on his size mostly. You see, he's got 9-point differential in size for his weight, and he's
No,
got a
yeah,
10-point differential in ratings, so it's mostly size.
yeah. I mean, his attributes are still the highest in that one, but it's marginal differences
Yeah.
there. What does Kenneth Roberson look like? Not high enough interceptions. All right, if you sort by rate now, please. Bayer is a bit of a jack of all trades, and he's not really that standout. About Norm Lincoln, what does he look like?
Uh,
No. So, would you take a fullback in the first round?
not if I couldn't make him a tight end, I don't think. They're just not on the field enough.
No.
Like you play him in
Okay, I mean,
2-1-2 and what else? 2-2-1? No. Like where do they see the field? Just 2-1-2 really?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I throw some fullbacks
2-0-3.
a fair amount. In not my offense in this league, but my offense in a couple of other leagues, I like a little fullback.
I mean, I don't mind throwing to a fullback, but they're just not on the field that much. So
No. Earlier, you did say that you liked Caleb Cage, didn't you?
I did, but I also have a 74 or whatever 71 running back. I did. I think Caleb Cage is off the board in real life here.
And Tennant and Rutter, there's not much between them, is it? They're both pretty abysmal route running prospect. Ah, you've got one good tight end. What does Devin McAlpin look like? No.
Oh, all right. Let me let you in on a little secret here.
Yeah.
He's recovering, so I don't know if I
I
have a good
see.
tight end or not.
Right. So you might be considering a tight end at this spot, but are there any other that are close to Devin McAlpin?
It doesn't look like it. Pretty good receiving option here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he looks all right, but would you take him in the first?
Probably not.
No. It's a tough one, man.
It is. I'm not sure you're going to manage.
Oh, yeah, how long have we got?
Less than a minute.
Oh, God. Well, there's no point in starting a new meeting for this. Um, I think you're going to succumb to position.